الحمد لله نحمده حمدا كثيرا طيبا كما يستحق كل محامد. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق وبلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وجاهد في الحق جهادي وترك الأمة على البيضاء ليلها كنهارها ولا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. صلى الله على نبينا وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. My brothers and sisters, inshallah, we'll start a new chapter today. But before that, as normal, we're going to do a bit of a Q&A. So last week we spoke about some of the aqsam shirkiyat, aqsam shirk, some of the categories of shirk. And we mentioned 10, I think. So just let's go over them, whatever we can, inshallah. So, what is shirk fi rububiyyah? What is the shirk in Allah's lordship?
Well, Tawheed al-Rububiyyah is like saying Allah's the only Lord. So shirk rububiyyah would be like saying someone else is their Lord.
Okay, to shirk in rububiyyah, to say somebody else is Lord other than Allah. What else what else can be shirk in rububiyyah?
That no one else can create, harm, or provide.
Or anything like this, to believe somebody else is the creator, the provider, controller, or things like this. These are all forms of shirk al-rububiyyah. طيب, shirk al-asma wa sifat, this brother here, behind Abdul Kareem.
It's to Allah's names and attributes.
Yes. What shirk can you make? What can be shirk in asma wa sifat?
To give it to another person, like a creation.
Such as?
Attributes. So like calling someone else like Rahman, like as in a way where they can attribute it.
Or call somebody ar-Rahman as in Allah. Okay, that's form of shirk as well. Dawood, add something. Shirk in asma wa sifat, names and attributes.
Similar to this point, but making it like likening it, making it equal or more. Like what as-Sami' we hear, Allah also hears, but it's not comparable.
Okay, so if someone says human hears, Allah hears, is that shirk?
No.
No, so how is that going to be shirk then?
When you, well, it depends if it meets the conditions of someone likening it to Allah. Like for
Okay,
example,
so if someone says human sees like Allah sees, or hears like Allah, okay, so that's shirk. But if someone says Allah hears and human hears, then that's not shirk. But if he says yes, Allah hears, human hears, but hearing of Allah and hearing of human being is similar, then that's shirk. Yeah. Okay, Tawheed in worship, akhi. Shirk in worship. You were here last week?
yeah, it's like worshipping something else, like a tree or a stone.
Yes, to worship something other than Allah Azza wa Jal, make dua other than Allah Azza wa Jal. طيب, that's shirk in Tawheed of Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay, how can we make shirk in mahabba? Mahabba, shirk in mahabba.
Which one is that?
Yeah, shirk in mahabba, in love. Love of Allah, yeah.
Like, if you love something as much as or more than Allah.
More than Allah. Okay, that's form of shirk. So you made Allah like the creation in love, which the mushrik have done. طيب, what is the shirk in legislation? Brother at the back. No, yeah.
Basically, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that the Jews and Christians, they obeyed their rabbis in terms of making, so rabbis make the halal to haram, haram to halal. So obviously they worship in terms of that.
The shirk in legislation. Shirk in legislation is to follow monks or the rabbis or the scholars who are evil in terms of halal and haram. So if they make halal into haram, haram into halal, and if you follow them and you believe that, then you make shirk with Allah Azza wa Jal. You made arbab beside Allah. Alhamdulillah, these are some of the shirk we covered last week. Let's start the class, inshallah, my brothers and sisters. طيب, today's chapter is going to be, inshallah, باب من الشرك لبس الحلق والخيط ونحوهما لرفع البلاء ودفعه. باب من الشرك. Now we spoke last week that this book is about Kitab al-Tawheed. Okay? Now we are talking about shirk. Okay, so someone says now, how is this related to Tawheed? Tawheed is the oneness of Allah. But we're talking about shirk now. How is the part of Tawheed? How is the part of the book? Yeah, go on. Brother behind Dawood here. I just the question that came in my mind. I have to ask. Go on. How do you answer that? No, Dawood.
I'm not sure which Sahabi it was. I think it was Hudayfa. Who said, basically saying, I want to learn about the evil so I don't fall into it.
That's a good one as well. MashaAllah. So learning of evil, but how would you explain to someone how is the part of Tawheed, knowing about shirk? Abdul Kareem.
It's of a pillar of the shahada. Shahada is doing the ithbat and doing the nafi.
Nafi, yeah.
Yes, the negation.
Hakada. So you learn the ithbat of Tawheed, affirmation. Now we learn the negation. Now we part of Tawheed as well. So our Tawheed cannot be fulfilled, will not be accepted until we learn the opposite as well, which you said the harm. If you don't know the shirk, you can't avoid the shirk. So you have to learn the shirk. But the most important thing is that when you learn Tawheed, you have to learn the shirk, the opposite. And disbelief in the Taghut, part of Tawheed of Allah Azza wa Jal. طيب, he said, Babu min shirk. Min here means some of the shirk, some of it, not all of it. You know, Ibn al-Qayyim says that there's so many types of shirk cannot be counted. So many of them. So this is some of the shirk. From all of the shirk, this is some of it. Now here, what is the Shaykh going to bring now, inshallah, is first chapter on shirk. And this type of shirk is specific shirk that it was predominant in time of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and in his time as well, in Shaykh Muhammad al-Wahhab. And it is also very well known, it is widespread in our community, in Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, they practice this, okay? So it is some form of shirk which is wearing labsul halqa. Labs means to wear, wrap it up. Halqa is a ring. Wal khayt, which is thread. Wa nahwihima, and likewise, what they do it for? To raise the bala, liraf' al-bala, to raise the harm and push away the harm as well. So, halqa, in Jahiliyyah, the Arab would use halqa, a ring or thread. They would wear it, they put it in the car or whatever, riding beast in the house to remove any harm or push away it, because they believe that if you put these things in your riding beast or in your house, that will not harm or afflict the house or afflict the riding beast. So this thing is shirk. Now wearing an amulet come in there as well. So when we say nahwihima, likewise under that falls amulet, okay, brass or copper or in anything like that, they wear it to remove the harm or push away. What happens is that this type of shirk, aslan, is minor shirk. The basic rule is that when you amulet, it is a basic principle is that it is minor shirk. Now, when does it become major shirk? Wearing amulet or any of these thread or rings, they can become minor shirk or major shirk. Minor shirk is when someone wears it and he believes it is not the shafi, the curer or remover of the harm. It is Allah, but I'm just using as a asbab, as a mean. It is a minor shirk. But if someone wears it and believes this is the cure, it's going to cure me now, it's going to make me better, then it is a major shirk. Okay? It's major shirk. Now, if people says now, I'm wearing this as a asbab, I'm wearing as a mean. Okay? We say, for you to use something as a asbab, okay, number one, this asbab has to be legislative or sharia of Allah Azza wa Jal, or tajrubiyya, a medical practical, something practiced in medicine as well. So this has not been practiced at the time of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Okay, 10 men came to give bay'ah to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. 10 men came to bay'ah, and he took from the 9 of them. One of them he did not take the bay'ah, allegiance, And they said, Ya Rasulullah, how come you took it from us, not from this person? He said he's got an amulet on, and he removed the amulet, then he took the bay'ah. So allegiance. So it shows that it is how severe it is for Prophet to stop taking allegiance from that person bay'ah because he had amulet on. So to take these things as a mean, asbab, that it is shirk as well, because Prophet never used this as asbab, as a mean. Okay? He used Quran as a mean. We read Quran, you blow it. Medicine is as asbab, because Tibbun Nabawi, prophetic medicine, this is legislative by Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jal. So you can take them as a mean, like you paracetamol, whatever medicine you take from your doctor. These are means you can take. But as for amulet, and these things are not means. You can't say I'm wearing amulet. Okay, we'll mention some of the hadith. Or it's just a mean I'm taking, but I put trust in Allah Azza wa Jal. But Prophet never. Because a lot of people they use this argument. But I want you to know how to defend yourself. You said any asbab you take, my brother, is that you have to have legislation from Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jalla. And this is not asbab. Prophet never used this, Sahaba never used it as a mean for cure. You go to the doctor, you take the medicine. This is something legislated by Allah Azza wa Jalla and His Messenger. Tayyib. So the important thing is that when it comes to this amulet and rings and thread, it's not one thing, it's not one shape. It's the thing they use many things. Amulet, when you go to seaside and you got these marbles and things like that, shells, they use all this for one thing. What is it? They believe that it is a cure. Okay, the reason is, the intention is I'm wearing this, so my fever, whatever I'm going through, the pain in my body, that will be the mean for recovering. So all this is a shirk billah Azza wa Jal. So it's not one thing, just amulet. Many things are used in time of Jahiliyyah. The kuffar they used. Tayyib. So you understand now what is halqa and al-khayt wa nahwihima, is that a ring or any thread they use. They use steel on the wrist. Have you seen that? They use this. This is also shirk, because there are a lot of Asians they use it. It's steel, copper. They use it here. They believe that will remove their whatever illness they're going through. They say I'm feeling weak, I've got high temperature, and they use this, and they think this is going to be the sabbath for my cure. And this also fall under this as well. It is shirk. Tayyib. So wearing these things goes against the aqidah of Muslims, which is the tawakkul. Our tawakkul should be upon Allah Azza wa Jal. And what is tawakkul? Which is اعتماد القلب على الله في جلب المصالح ودفع المضار. That madar, which is that to put your trust in Allah Azza wa Jal, or dependence of Allah in your heart in terms of benefiting things and pushing away the harm. That's what tawakkul is. As to believe that Allah Azza wa Jal, He only can remove my harm, He can remove my illness and bring the good, bring khair. That's tawakkul. And tawakkul is from the heart. And the ulama says you're not allowed to have tawakkul other than Allah Azza wa Jal, because what happens is that when you start putting trust in these things, your hearts are leaning on them. Okay? I'm going to start trusting these creations, not Allah anymore, yadu billah. Okay? So that's why it goes against aqidah, because your dependence, your reliance on these creations, and this is shirk. Obviously, if someone believes these are the cure, then it is major shirk. Major shirk. So aslul, the basic rule is that amulet is minor shirk, but you can climb to major shirk. Now Shaykh al-Islam Muhammad al-Wahhab rahimahullah, he brings the ayah now from the Quran as a evidence. Allah said, قُلْ أَفَرَأَيْتُمْ مَا تَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ إِنْ أَرَادَنِيَ اللَّهُ بِضُرٍّ هَلْ هُنَّ كَاشِفَةُ ضُرِّهِ أَوْ أَرَادَنِي بِرَحْمَةٍ هَلْ هُنَّ مُمْسِكَاتُ رَحْمَةٍ قُلْ حَسْبِيَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ يَتَوَكَّلُ الْمُتَوَكِّلُونَ Surah Az-Zumar ayat 38. Allah said, قُلْ, say Muhammad, say to those people who worship other than Allah Azza wa Jal, if you were to see, قُلْ أَفَرَأَيْتُمْ مَا تَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ, say to them, if those they worship other than Allah, تدعون من هي دعاء العبادة دعاء المسألة. Okay, So those people who make dua other than Allah, they trust them. The idol they worship. Idol they worship, they rely upon them, they put trust in them, they have love for them. So Allah saying to Muhammad, go and tell them, the one you invoke other than Allah. So remember, this dua here means dua al-ibadah, dua al-mas'ala. Okay, inshallah, mean other than Allah. If Allah Azza wa Jal were to send down any harm, will this able to prevent you? Will this able to remove this harm from you, the one you trust? It won't. So this is evidence against amulet, isn't it? So the amulet that you wear, if Allah were to increase the illness, can this amulet prevent that? It will not able to. Okay, so stop depending on this, having reliance upon this amulet and rings and a thread that you're putting on yourself. So if Allah want to bring down harm, is there anything can push away this harm? Nothing. أو أرادني برحمة هل هن ممسكات الرحمة. If Allah wish to bring down a mercy, is there anyone can withhold this rahmah? So the one you worshipping other Allah Azza wa Jal, will this able to prevent rahmah of Allah Azza wa Jal? He can't. Just a creation that you're worshipping, you're relying upon that. So it's another way, another word that the reliance you're putting on your amulet, same thing. You think this is gonna save yourself or protect you from the illness that you're going through. No, you will not. So don't put reliance upon these idols other than Allah, like this what we're talking about, the amulet and the thread and the beads that you wear. Don't put trust in these things. قُلْ حَسْبِيَ اللَّهِ. Say, Allah is sufficient for me. وَعَلَيْهِ يَتَوَكَّلُ مُتَوَكِّلُونَ. The believers, they put trust in Allah Azza wa Jalla. So can you see how this ayah fall under amulet? Because amulet is something the Muslims, kuffar is to wear, and this has been adopted by the Muslims, subhanallah. And this is where is our tawakkul upon Allah Azza wa Jalla, where is our reliance upon Allah Azza wa Jalla. When we start depending on this thing, our reliance goes on this creation, and these are shirk. And when the Muslims they wear their amulet, whatever they put thread on the hip and on the neck, on the arm, 20 of them, like this is a protector for him or something. If you remove it, don't remove it, it's something going to happen. A'udhu billah. No reliance upon Allah. No reliance upon Allah Azza wa Jal. This is shirk. So Allah is talking about the kuffar, but the Muslims, they wear amulet, they put same dependence, they put same reliance upon this creation, which is the amulet and so forth and so on, the copper and the metal they put for protection. So this is the evidence regarding this chapter, inshallah. Obviously, it doesn't mention the word amulet, but that's the tafsir of it. The ulama have explained. Because the way the kuffar depend on their idols, we're depending on our amulet, thinking that's going to protect us, save us. We'll cover more of this, inshallah, chapter coming ahead. The next hadith, عن إمران بن حسين رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم رأى رجلا في يده حلقة من صفر فقال ما هذه؟ قال من الواهنة. فقال أنزعها فإنها لا تزيدك إلا وهنا فإنك لو مت وهي عليك ما أفلحت أبدا. حديث صحيح حديث native Imam Ahmed بالسند صحيح inshallah. So next hadith we're going to go to my brothers and sisters, that Imran bin Hussein radiallahu anhu, he was with Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, yeah, that he was with him, and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw a man, okay, on his hand there was a halqa. Halqa is a ring, okay, or could be here ring. Means sufr is a metal, type of metal there. So Prophet said, Ma hadihi, what is this? Now the word ma hadihi has two meanings. Inkar or ifsal or iftisal, yeah. Iftisal is it's a question you asking, ma hadihi? Hadihi sayyara, this is a car. But here inkar, ma hadihi. Like if someone were to do something wrong, ya akhi, ma hadihi, ma hada. What did you do? What is this? So Prophet, when he saw that, he made inkar. He reprimanded him. Ma hadihi, what is this you're wearing on your hand? He said, Minal wahina. Now wahina is a form of illness the people get on their body, on the bones, on their hand, on their, it makes you weak. Wahan is weak. In the Quran Allah said, Hamalat ummuhu wahnan al wahn. That the mother carries the baby 9.5 months, pain after pain. So wahan comes difficulty, pain, hardship. So here, this person was wearing because he was afflicted with illness, which is wahina. So what the Prophet said, that's okay then, leave it. He didn't say that. He said, anzi'ha, remove it. It's a command, anzi'ha, remove. And command you feed mada? Al-wujub. The one Prophet commands something becomes the wajib. It's not, Ya Rasulullah, is it optional or not? No, he said, anzi'ha, remove it. It's something you have to do. Okay? Then he said, فَإِنَّهَا لَا تَزِدُ إِلَّا وَهْنًا. This thing will not increase anything except wahan. It will increase more punishment for you. It's like a dua he's making. It's going to increase more. Leave it. Get rid of it. Okay? Because you're putting your trust, your ta'alluq, qalbuk, ala hadha al-makhluq. Your heart is connected to the creation of Allah Azza wa Jalla. It's creation. Because what is made, this halqa is made of something that Allah created, isn't it? So you putting your trust on that material thing, thinking that He will protect you, a'udhu billah. So the worst thing is here. فَإِنَّكَ لَوْ مِتَّ وَهِيَ عَلَيْكَ مَا أَفْلَحْتَ أَبَدًا. That Prophet said that if you were to die having this on your arm, he said, مَا أَفْلَحْتَ أَبَدًا. You'll never be successful. Now this success here, Prophet never, he just said you'll never be successful, but we don't know is he died as a kafir, if he died as a Muslim, we don't know. So we said that, the scholars have explained that, if someone were to die believing this is the cure, okay, then it is a major shirk. So there is no success for him ever, okay. But if he dies believing that Allah is the protector, but he takes it as a mean, he dies upon minor shirk. But he doesn't explain. The hadith doesn't say the major shirk or minor shirk. But the scholars have said this falah are two types. Falah al-mutlaq or mutlaqul falah. Falah al-mutlaq is that he has the asl of iman, meaning that he believed, he took it as a mean, asbab, but Allah Azza wa Jalla is the protector. And if he's mutlaqul falah, meaning that his iman is gone, total iman is gone. So falahul mutlaq, the asl iman is there. So but if you believe that this is the cure for me, then the asl iman is gone. Okay? But the other one is that mutlaqul falah is that his kamalul iman is gone. The perfection of iman is not there. Meaning that it is minor shirk. So if someone believes that Allah is the protector, but this is just a mean, then his asl of iman is still there, but the perfection of iman is gone. It's not complete. True iman is not there. So what Shaykh is saying that in the sharh is that it could be any of those. Could be possibility is that or that. We don't know what it is. So if the person were to die believing that this is the protector for me, then he dies with major shirk. But if he dies saying that no, Allah is the protector, Allah is the guider, Allah is the curer, but I'm just taking this as a mean, then he dies upon minor shirk. Okay, that's what it is. That's the end of it, because we don't know which type of falah is this success. Could be partial or total. Yeah. The next hadith, so this is the hadith Imran bin Hussein. Prophet warned him against this halqa that he was wearing, ring. Next hadith is وَلَهُ عَنْ عُقْبَةٍ بِنْ عَامِرٍ مَرْفُوعًا مَنْ تَعَلَّقَ تَمِيمَةً فَلَا أَتَمَّ اللَّهُ لَهُ وَمَنْ تَعَلَّقَ وَدَعَ فَلَا وَدَعَ اللَّهُ لَهُ. That hadith of Uqba bin Amir radiallahu anhu, the Prophet said that whoever wears tamima فَلَا أَتَمَّ اللَّهُ لَهُ. There's a narration said Man ta'allaqa tamimatan faqad ashraka. That whoever wears amulet has committed shirk. So here ta'allaqa tamima, two types of ta'allaqa mean he hanged his amulet. Another one ta'allaqa mean connected. So when you wear amulet, you're hanging the amulet on your neck, and secondly, your heart is connected to the amulet, thinking that this is going to protect me now. I've got the amulet, okay, and that connection is with your heart. You believe this is going to be the protector for you. You have connection with the tamima because you believe that you have a trust on this tawakkul on this amulet, thinking that's going to protect you. So there's two types of ta'alluq, hanging and your heart is linked to that. Because otherwise you're not going to put it on if you don't have a connection with your heart is not linked to that. You have some sort of belief on this amulet. That's why you're putting it on. Well, a lot of people, they have thread in the car, they hang it. Not the one with spray gives you smell, not that one, the other one. It just have to be amulet. People, in Jahiliyyah they would put on the riding beast in their house, you know. Then that's the form of shirk. Yeah, we don't do that. So here, whoever was amulet, hang the amulet on the neck or whatever, the arm, Allah will not accomplish for him. Meaning that whatever you're worrying for, to cure your illness, Allah will not allow it to happen. It will not fulfill the job. Allah will leave it. وَمَنْ تَعَلَّقَ وَدَعَ. Whoever was wada'at, it's type of shell that is taken from the seaside. It's a copper or some sort of copper. You can get it from seaside, and they use that to hang you on the neck. Okay, and Prophet said, "Fala wada'a Allahu la." That this is like a dua Prophet made, that it will not be accomplished for the purpose you're wearing this amulet for. Subhanallah. So this hadith again talks about amulet, my brothers and sisters, that it is shirk billah azza wa jal, goes against your aqidah, because you're relying upon the creation of Allah, believing that it's form of means for me to be cured, you know, it's either way shirk, yadu billah. So this is an evidence to say that we should not wear amulet. We should warn people. If you know anyone, tell them not to wear amulet, because we know the hadith forbids us. The next hadith, we mentioned the hadith, whoever wear amulet, it is shirk. And in this shirk here, I mean, it could be major or minor shirk. Okay? If you wear it, believing that this is a cure for me, protector for me, then this is major shirk. If you believe as the asbab, and you know you can understand now, you can't wear as the asbab, as the mean, because it is not based on Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jalla, then it is a minor shirk. Okay? It is a minor shirk. The next hadith of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said that ولابن أبي حاتم عن حذيفة رضي الله عنه أنه رأى رجلا في يديه خيط من الحمى فقطعه وتلا قوله تعالى وما يؤمن أكثرهم بالله إلا وهم مشركون. This hadith here, that Hudayfa radiallahu Abu Hatim, Ibn Abi Hatim, Abdul Rahman, he's the son of one of the great Imam Abu Hatim. He reports that Hudayfa radiallahu anhu, that he saw a man on his hand khaytun. Khayt is, khayt is the thread. Khayyat is the one who does the sewing machine to sew things in the clothes, you know. Min al-huma. So, huma is a fever. So, Hudayfa radiallahu went to he went to see like a hospital, he went, a place where he went to see some ill people, and he saw this person, and he had this khayt, and he said, what is this? He says, this is a khayt, it has a ruqya on it, so I'm putting it on for cure. So when he saw it, he didn't accept it, because you don't do ruqya on tamima, on amulet or thread, or anything like that. That's haram, because it stays on you. So Hudayfa radiallahu anhu, when he saw this, he said, فَقَطَعَهُ, and he took it out and he ripped it, basically. He tried to get rid of it. Then he recited the ayah of the Quran, وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرٌ بِاللَّهِ إِلَّا وَهُمْ مُشْرِكُونَ, that most of the people who believe in Allah accept their disbelievers. Now this ayah, this shirk here is major shirk, talking about disbelievers. But he used the major ayah for major shirk, for minor shirk. And you can do that, because it is shirk. The person wearing the thread which has ruqya in it, Ruqya is when you read the Quran, you blow on it. But it doesn't say whatever Ruqya. Say Ruqya is to read Quran and blow on it and leave. This khayt had Ruqya on it. And Hudayfa radiallahu anhu said, even if this is haram, you don't do that. Your fever that you have, that's not going to cure it. Okay? You put reliance on that, you put reliance upon that, trust on that, and then you quote the ayah. Most of you who believe in Allah, except they are disbelievers. Took him the Quraysh, isn't it? The Quraysh, they believed in Allah. At the same time, they're mushrik. How is that? You might say, oh, how he believed in Allah and the mushrik at the same time? This shaitan is this. This is shaitan as well. Shaitan believes in Allah. Okay? It's still kafir. Now mushrik, the Salaf says that they believed in Allah, meaning they believed in the rububiyyah of Allah. They believe that Allah exists. They believe Allah the creator, the provider, the sustainer. Okay, Lord of the heaven and earth. They believe that. This Tafsir Mujahid as well. Illa wahum mushrikun, except they are disbelievers. The disbeliever in what? In worship. So you are worshipping other than Allah. How? You put trust in other than Allah. You put reliance upon the creation, and tawakkul is ibadah. Okay, and ibadah is only for Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay, that's why the first ayah come like this. You fall under dua because you're worshipping other than Allah. When you will start depending on these creations, and they do nothing but harm on you, and iman goes down. Subhanallah. So when you start trusting these material things, subhanallah, you know what's going to happen is shows the level of tawakkul that we have in Allah Azza wa Jal. Very low, very low. Yes, we take the means, go to the doctor. Yes, these are asbab. It's legislative by Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jal. But not the amulet and things like that. So remember, asbab have to be based on Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay, number one. Number two, do not rely upon these creations. Don't put reliance upon them. Rely upon Allah Azza wa Jal. Nothing happening in the heaven and the earth except by the will of Allah. So my brothers and sisters, okay, that's we have completed the chapter 6 today on amulet. And remember, amulet is not one thing. You fall under amulet, copper, thread, beads, shells. Shell is one of the things they use as well. Small one they hang on the neck, and they hang that, believing that it's going to cure them as well. So all this is used for shirk, and we don't use them. Subhanallah. So inshallah, bear this in mind. So this is a form of shirk. Try and teach your families not to wear these things. Inshallah, we'll leave it for the next chapter next week. Any questions, inshallah, I will answer it now. I'll leave some time for questions, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Next, we'll talk about ruqya and tamaim as well. Ruqya. Any questions, inshallah, clarification?
Ustad, you know the second hadith that you mentioned? Who was the hadith?
Imran bin Hussein.
No, so the first one was Imran bin Hussein, the first hadith.
Okay.
And the second hadith, the one.
Uqba bin Amir. When Prophet said, "Man ta'allaqa tamiman, faqad fala atama Allah lah." Another one, faqad ashraka.
And who was the last one?
The last one, Hudayfa radiallahu anhu, when he saw the man wearing amulet.
So was it Hudayfa that said it, or was it Hudayfa that said it?
The Hudayfa, he saw it. He said, "What is this?" He said, "This is ruqya in it. This thread is ruqya. So I'm wearing because I've got fever." And he took it. He snapped. He took it off him, and then he quoted the ayah. Most people who believe in Allah, except they're mushrik. He believed in Allah, but they only believed in the rububiyyah of Allah. But part of the rububiyyah of Allah is that you have to believe He's the curer, He's the protector, He's the one who can push away the harm, bring the good. But he was failing on that. Except the mushrik is that the mushrik in the worship. Also, you're turning the worship other than Allah Azza wa Jal. Your reliance is not upon Allah. So he used the ayah which for major shirk, for minor shirk, and which is scholars say which is allowed to do that. So that's the last hadith, Hudayfa bin Yaman. Go on.
So if you believe that the amulet itself is the cure, so obviously falling into major shirk, so that's a shirk in rububiyyah.
Yes. So the brother is saying that if someone were to wear amulet and he put reliance upon the amulet and he believed the amulet is the cure, then it is a major shirk and it is a rububiyyah, because when you talk about rububiyyah of Allah Azza wa Jal, He is the one who cures, He is the one who pushes away the harm, bring the good, part of lordship of Allah Azza wa Jal. So that's shirk in rububiyyah, yes. That's.
When someone says when they wear amulets or like something like that, and they say we're just wearing it so it makes us better, just like medicine makes us better. Can you summarize what you said about that?
Okay, the brother saying that if someone were to amulet or anything, what we just covered, I'm worrying because it's a mean, like the medicine does it as well. We covered this. We say, Akhi, you're using as a mean, but to take a mean has to be from the Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jal. Has to be legislative Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jal. Medicine is legislative Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jal. Ibn al-Qayyim has Tibb al-Nabawi, prophetic medicine. This is herbal medicine that you can use for ruqya and things like that. That's legislative Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jal. That's the mean I'm taking, halal. But this mean you're doing is never found in the Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jal. In fact, the hadith is coming to warn us against this. So your mean, yes, okay, it's a mean, but it's not accepted by Sharia. So you can explain to him like this. Even the mean that you take have to be in Sharia of Allah, have to coincide with the law of Allah Azza wa Jal. And it doesn't. Prophet didn't take it. Sahaba didn't take it. The amulet as a cure, as a mean. It will come, there's another other hadith will come, my brothers and sisters, where Prophet will send companions to go around and report the amulet. Wherever you see amulet, take it, rip it, remove it. If you see in an animal's neck, take it. He will send, Sahaba narrating a story, the Prophet will send us as the messengers, linguistically, the messengers will go and remove the amulet. That's how bad it is. So Prophet did not accept it as a mean. Never he accepted it. Yes, medicine we can. Like the Habbal Sauda and things, honey and the black seed oil. These are cure. These are medicine proven. So you can do. The Sheikh says, is medicine proven? Alhamdulillah. It's not medicine proven. This is not, it's against the Sharia of Allah. So that cannot be taken as asbab. It is not from the Sharia. Is that clear, yeah? Yeah. That's how you explain to him. The mean is not from Sharia, so you can't pass it. Yeah. Next. Go on.
You know the hadith by Uqba bin Amir? It says in the book, you call it a marfu hadith.
Marfu means good, mashallah. Hadith marfu is raised to Prophet. I mean, Prophet said that. Okay? And mawquf, what Sahaba says. Mursal is what the Tabi'een said. That's what it is. There's a different hadith word, they use these words in hadith, science of hadith. Go on.
Is it permissible to eat food from a restaurant that uses an amulet? Because there's a shop nearby around here, it's got like they put Ayatul Kursi and underneath it's like an amulet, so it's permissible to eat that.
No, you can eat the food, yeah. I mean, because I don't know why they put it there, but the food is halal, but someone should go and tell them not to do that. Someone should go, for sake of Allah, tell them, no, don't put amulet, it's not allowed. Look, Jahiliyyah, they put amulet on the cow, on the animals, camels and donkeys, whatever the horse they're riding, so people don't give evil eye or do anything harm. And they put it in their houses as well. Look, we just covered it, they have amulet on the shops. You know why? Because they believe it's going to protect their shop. If someone can, for sake of Allah, go and tell them that this is a shirk, you shouldn't be doing this, it's not allowed. Remind him and then walk away. Khalas, you've done your job. Yeah.
You know, in the time of Jahiliyyah, right? You know how they used to like call upon jinns for sihr? How would they control jinns if like the Quran wasn't revealed?
How would they control jinn if the Quran was revealed?
Yeah, like how do they get the control of jinns and how does?
I mean, now we got Quran. The control, we can't control the jinns. No, we can't control them. The Prophet never had the power. Dawood Sulaiman alayhi salam had it. We can't control the jinn, but we can protect ourselves from jinn.
Like, you know the people that used to do sihr, right?
Yeah.
How did they get control of the jinns if there was like no means?
Okay, the Sahir, he has control of the jinn, meaning that, you know the Sahir, when they do Sihr, the jinn has connection with the Sahir, the magician, okay? And the magician, for him to do what he was going to do, the harm he's going to do, he's going to call on jinn. Okay, he's going to call on jinn, make dua on the jinn. If he wants to do sihr on somebody, jinn might request, burn the Quran, urinate on the Quran, call on, sihr is major shirk.
How did they do that before the Quran came in?
Before the Quran, I don't know how they did it, but the jinn will go up and they will hear the malaika, what they're talking, whatever they're talking. They have connection with the malaika and they hear what the malaika is saying. Jinn has connection with the fortune teller and the magician, Yeah, that's how fortunate till the future because they have connection with the yeah. Yeah, and the sahir, when he wants to do sihr, he calls on jinn, and jinn does the job. So jinn will request whatever he wants to do, he needs to do, then jinn will comply to, and he will be need to make dua to the jinn, sacrifice by the name of the jinn. All this takes place. That's how the sihr is done anyway. Yes, that's how they call on sihr, yeah, jinn, and they come and do the job for the magicians. As for the controlling, you can't control the jinn anyway. You can push away the jinn through Quran and things like that. Yeah. Next. خلاص. Okay, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
No questions.